Okay, so in this second part, we're going to be talking about soliloquy, and it is a noun, and it is an act of speaking one's thoughts aloud, when by oneself or regardless of any hears, especially by the character in a play. From Hamlet, this is Hamlet's "To be or not to be." To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the sling and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks, that flesh is to hair, his consummation devoutly be wished. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream, aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death what dreams may come. When we have shuffled up this mortal coil, must give us pause where there's the respect that makes this calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of unworthy takes, when he himself made as quiet as make with a bare bodkin? Who would fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that of the dread of something after death? The undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveller returns puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er with the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pith and moment of this regard their currents turn awry, and lose the name of action. Soft you now, be fair Ophelia, nymph in thy horizons, be all my sins remembered. Okay, and in today's words, that soliloquy would be: the question for him was to whether to continue to exist or not, whether it was more noble to suffer the slings and arrows of an unbearable situation, or to declare war on a sea of troubles, then afflict one, and by opposing them, end them all. To die, he pondered the prospect. To sleep, as simple as that. And with that sleep, we end the heartache and the thousand natural miseries that human beings have to endure. And that's in the end what we would all ardently hope for: to die. To sleep. Perhaps to dream. Yes, that was the problem. Because in the sleep of death, the dreams we might have when we have shed this mortal body make us pause. That's the consideration that creates the calamity of such a long life. Because who would tolerate the whips and scorns of time, the tyrant's offences against us, the contempt of proud men, the pain of rejected love, the insolence of officious authority, and the advantage of the worst people of the best, when one could just release oneself with a naked blade? Who would carry this load, sweating and grunting, under the burden of a weary life, if it weren't for the dread of the afterlife? That unexplored country whose border no traveller returns, the thing that confounds us, makes us put up with those evils that we know, rather than hurry to others that we don't know about. So thinking about it makes us cowards of us all, and it follows that the first impulse to end our life is obscured by reflecting on it. Your great plans are diluted to the point where we don't do anything.